morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening. Hello, greetings and salutations, wherever you are joining us from. I'm Charlene. I'm so glad you are here. It's lovely to see you. It's lovely to connect. Hi, everybody. Yes, please drop your name and where you're joining us from today in the chat. I'd love to say hello. Good morning, Angel. It's so nice to see you. Your sunshine. But no, not as much sunshine over here today. The weather. Oh, it's so funny. Alexa Clee. Hi, good morning. Alexa's from London. Our UK friends. It's good to see you, my friend. Hey, Jane with a Y. Good morning. She's got a Cali state of mind. Hey, Victor. Good morning. He's from Earth. Also Dallas. I'm so glad to hear. I just saw about the walk. That sounds amazing. Oh my gosh. It was a dreamy moon this morning for sure, and it's dreamy because too it's in Gemini, but it's also it's an active kind of dreamy. It's an imaginative, learning, thinking, taking in all the information. So I bet it was a pretty walk indeed. Hey, Serenity, nice to see you. Serenity joins us from Long Island, New York. Yes, yes, indeed. Hey, Nathan, and all of our friends in Utah. Hi, brother. I hope you're doing great. Jojo, good morning from Connecticut. You're happy to be here with this great community. Yeah, it's a community that's been building. We're so excited to share space with such wonderful souls, and it's good to see you, Jojo. I'm so glad you're here. Wonderful souls indeed. Victor, you're a Gemini. There's been a lot of Gemini situation happening around me recently. It's kind of funny. I love how the universe just presents patterns and then keeps replicating and duplicating it until we get whatever it is that we're supposed to understand from the message. At least it does that for me. I don't know. Does it do that for you? That's maybe I'm hard-headed. Maybe it takes me a little bit longer to embrace the subtlety of the message coming at me. Nathan, Geminis unite. Yep, so true. Yeah, you guys, you're hearting it up. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes these, we need repeated messages until we, but y'all don't make the same dumb face that I do. It's all right. That's all right. Well, today is a beautiful day here on Insight Timer and on YouTube as well. We see all of our friends on YouTube too. I'm so glad to be here with you today, connecting not only with our community, this gorgeous community, but also with ourselves on a deeper level. Today, hey, City, good to see you. Rich rising to you as well, my friend. That's such a lovely greeting. City, from our city of sisterly love, aka brotherly love, Philadelphia, for all of our non-UK or non-US friends. Where am I? It is. It's a Gemini kind of day. Hey, Joe. Good morning from Washington State. And a Gemini. Look at this. Nathan, you're right. Geminis are uniting today, coming out in strong force. I love it. Such an interesting sign, too, and characteristics. Not only, you know, whenever we talk about astrological charts, there's so much more to you that makes up the intricacies of who you are than just a singular sun sign. But it's kind of a good place to start and learning the characteristics, because the characteristics, the archetypes of each sign hold true whatever their application. So whether you were a sun sign Gemini like our Nathan and Victor and Joe, or if you are, you know, experiencing the moon transiting, moving through these Gemini archetypes, we're all still impacted by it. I love this idea of, it's a Jungian idea. Joseph Campbell really delved into it as well, that the essence of all, basically every human emotion, every archetype, because emotions connect with archetypes, are accessible to every single person, no matter their life experience. That energy's there. It's in us. It's in us on a cellular level. That's how we access it. And there's certain things that come out in life, certain experiences that we have that bring out these tendencies more often or not. I always think that's such an interesting, so do the bowls, such an interesting way to experience and move through life. When you're creating new ideas, visions for your life, aspects of your own persona, it's really helpful to tap into these archetypes because they inform our choices. They inform every decision that we make. They're that powerful, which makes sense because they're there on a cellular level. So interesting. All these Gemini people, all beautiful. Hi, good morning, Mary. Mary joins us from Ohio. You need to be in a healing space. I'm so glad you're here, Mary. There's always an opportunity for healing. It's being able to find the place that resonates with your needs best in any given moment. So I hope we're able to support that today. However we can, we're here for you, sister. So if this is your first time joining us, hey Liv, good to see you. Liv joins us from Colorado. If it's your first time joining, let me tell you a little bit about what to expect. So right now what I'm doing is I'm actually just tuning with the bowls. I'm listening to the bowls. Because you see, these 13 chromatically tuned crystal singing bowls are, because they're made out of quartz, over 99%, they pick up the electricity that's around them. We're all electrical beings. You are electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. And you're constantly giving off information in your biofield. And you feel that when you get the vibe of somebody that feels really good to be around, a space that feels really good to be in, a consecrated temple that you walk into. Religion aside, doesn't matter. There's a sacred energy, a divine connection of some sort, however you want to term it, that's happening in that space. So energy is pervasive, not only in our physical bodies, but it happens in the energy of everything. We're all made. Everything has energy. So the bowls reflect back the energy that's going on around them. So one of the things we do is that we talk about what's happening in the sky because it's a general yet specific overview of the energy that's directly shining on us on any given day at any given moment. And those energies can change and shift throughout the day. And it's a good way to kind of come together as a community to begin that commonality of information exchange. So between what's going on above, the bowls also pick up what's going on below, which is you and me. So as a community, what your vibes are for the day. And then they gently guide us around, encouraging certain vibrations to come forth, asking others to recede, and it'll change throughout the entire session, even like that bowl right there. It just shifted, and now it's beginning to kind of come back because we're putting our attention on it, and there's no need for a specific outcome right now. So the bowls are very dynamic in that sense. They're like musical biofeedback. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So thank you for being here to build out the space of healing. Today the moon is in Gemini. It's transiting through, which just means it's passing through or walking through the stars near and aligned, connected to the archetype of Gemini, the twins, the lovers. When the moon, this deepest aspect of ourselves, our inner world, think of the moon as your inner workings, kind of that still small voice within that you know, but you may not let others know. You may, but you may not. So this inward landscape right now is feeling the vibrations of Gemini. Gemini is a very communicative, talkative, inquisitive, curious. It's kind of like if Mercury, the planet of communication, were to meet a cat, the curiosity of a cat. but a very engaged cat, not an aloof cat. Geminis love to be in the middle of learning, of assimilating information and spreading it back out into the world as well. So we have these influences that are happening on the inside. It's a very, it's a peaceful kind of state. It's not peaceful, peace-seeking. It's not warring. It doesn't have an intensity to it like an Aries. There's still a childlike wonder of the world. So you may be experiencing some of these influences, even just how you've already started or have completed or will be seeing your day. Because the moon, she typically spends about anywhere between 2 to 3.5 days per sign, depending on how each star is aligning in that moment. So you've got a couple of days of this Gemini moon, and let's see if we can't make the most of it. The only thing you need to do in our time here together today is you. You do you. Whatever you need today. So if you're looking for a very specific healing, you may choose to passively listen and just allow the vibrations to wash over you. You may choose to actively engage, following along with any of the guided prompts. Whatever serves your system today. If you really want to get into it, I know some of our friends love listening with their earphones. Closed earphones are the best because it helps the binaural beats that are set up in here in the patterning to come out a little bit more intensely. But there's no right or wrong way. If it's your first time here as well, our general flow is to retune, to bring us together in this space as in a more collective, harmonious patterning. And then we begin to release and then receive. So with that in mind, just find your comfortable position. Witness your inhale and your exhale. Witness how quickly or slowly you're breathing right now. Witness the depth of your breath. How much of your lungs are you using? Most of us are very, very shallow breathers. Can you see if you can begin to bring in more life? Deepen your breath. Filling your lungs. pleasure, doubling our connection, doubling our potency in the world. So I'd like to begin by aligning our system with alternate nostril breathing. It's a fairly simple and straightforward practice that looks a little something like this. Using your right hand, you'll use your thumb and your pinky to alternately cover your nostril. But I'd like for you to follow, it's good. I'd like for you to follow a more specific pattern today. So I'd like for us to begin. Let me just show you. I'll walk you through it briefly. We're going to start before I cover, I have an inhale, and then I'm going to cover my right nostril so that I can begin exhaling through my left. Inhaling through my left nostril. Then I cover and switch. And then exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover and switch. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Cover and switch. That's the pattern. This is what your hand should basically look like. So those 3 fingers should stay together and they should be erect. They should be standing up. We're just alternating using our pinky and our thumb. Does that make sense? Good, okay. Make sure you begin with that exhale through the left side. And then continue your practice. And then when I tell you to release it, wherever you are, the last portion that you should exhale is do an exhale through the left side as well. So we'll start with a left exhale and we'll end with a left exhale, okay? So at your own pace, with this as your guide, and you can just keep track of it in your mind, go ahead and begin alternate nostril breathing. This is balancing the 2 sides of your body. The feminine side and the masculine side. The moon side and the sun side. Breathing deeply but comfortably. We're going to do this for a little while. then finish your cycle, completing out whatever breathing pattern you still need to do, taking it back through that final exhale through the left side. Once you've exhaled through the left nostril, then you can release your hand. This form of alternate nostril breathing is a powerful way to realign both sides of your body, bringing your body into greater balance and alignment. I'm sure you loved both the alternate nostril breathing and my sweet baby kitten. She wanted to help too. Good. So when we connect with alternate nostril breathing, we're finding balance between these two energy centers. We're finding balance between the lunar side of our body as well as the solar side. So the side that receives and the side that gives. It's important for both of these to be in balance. A typical healthy system will switch the breathing, the focus of the breath from one side of the body to the other, focusing more heavily on one lung and then into the other as well. And it's about a 40-minute interval. It can be as long as 48. The longer the interval, the more out of balance our body is in that moment. And that happens. You might be dealing with some sort of health or dis-ease. Could be acute or chronic. It's always good to check in on your breath throughout the day. And it's simple enough to do, just as we've done in the past. Gently place a finger under your nostril. And on your exhale, witness what side has more force with the air leaving your body. Right now, you should be fairly balanced between the two sides. You see, the doubling of life is all about the balance. When there's two of anything, we must always seek balance between the two. Otherwise, the group is out of alignment. So if we think about this Gemini energy, this doubling energy, it's always about balance. It's the seesaw effect, right? And there will always be a little bit of movement because life is about movement and expansion. But the trick is, how do we make sure we're not tipping too far one way or the other? When we can find more consistent, slightly less tipping, it becomes a lot easier to maintain overall connection. This is a beautiful poem by Rumi. You know, he's one of my favorites. Let me read it to you. He says, "We are the new farmers. We are the new farmers in this ancient field, harvesting sadness from happy seeds. Like short-lived tulips in a doomed plain, no sooner arising from earth, we pledge ourselves into the winds. We are the new farmers in this ancient field, harvesting sadness from happy seeds." How often is it that we lose our alignment, our place of joy, because of tricks of our mind? A seed that's happy, that's planted, begins to grow. And instead of seeing the beauty of its flower, of its manifestation in our lives, we begin to harvest sadness, discontent, disconnection. These things happen. And fortunately, we're blessed with a choice to be able to begin to see where these tendencies are in our life. So I'd like to invite you now to begin to look within, turning in, witnessing, observing the observer. I'd like you to find all of the places that you're ready to release, where you have harvested sadness from a happy seed. You may feel this in your physical body. It could be a point of pain, tightness, constriction, lack of flow. You may feel it in your physical space. You could see it as a dark color that you can't see through. You could feel it as a blockage, just something feels stuck. Just like that. However you're assimilating this information, all you need to do is gently direct your attention, your focus, towards those places, knowing you are a sovereign being. This is your space. No one else, no one has permission to affect your space unless it's granted. So if you need to revoke anything, lovingly do so and letting it go. Tapping into that power. This is your sovereign space. This is your sovereign space. Yours. Let's begin now to release. Allowing any and all energy that you're ready to let go of. Ground out of your space, however you choose to ground, whatever your grounding practice is. If you don't have one, considering dropping a beautiful braid of golden light from the base of your sacrum, the bottom of your spine, that first chakra, all the way down, through the floor, through the ground, into the center, the deepest core of the planet, rooting into your Mother Earth, allowing any energy that no longer serves you to release down this grounding cord into the earth, letting your sweet mother take it from you, where she will recycle, rejuvenize, reuse it in a way that best serves all. One last deep inhale, holding it. Just hold. Let it go. Nature knows how to fill a space. Anytime man leaves, nature returns, comes back, takes over. It's a principle. It's a principle of life here on our earth. Your energy space is the same way. When something leaves, there's an opportunity to bring something new in, and something new will be readily attracted. So now you have the choice. What is it that you would like to bring into your space? What would augment your life in this moment? Perhaps it would bring ease for your next steps. Perhaps it would bring healing to cells within your body. Perhaps it would bring fortitude or decision. Perhaps it would bring a deeper knowingness. Whatever it is for you, I'd like for you, in your mind's eye, to begin to think, imagine, or feel this miracle that you are looking to bring in, this energy that you are looking to bring in. You could see it as a color, you could see it as a vibration, you could see it as an image, a picture, a moving picture. However you experience it is perfect. Keeping your attention focused gently on your miracle. I invite you now to add one last element. Let's add the element of pleasure. Whatever that miracle is, it will come from a point of ease, pleasure, delight, ecstasy. Whatever that is, find your pleasure and begin to invite that frequency into your miracle and see that happening in front of you. See those colors, that situation beginning to bubble and magnify, intensify, dancing with delight, doubling this pleasure. Yeah, good. This is your truth. This is your creative birthright. This is your joy. Now, begin to invite that energy towards you. Perhaps you may find you need to take a step towards it in your mind's eye. Whichever way is right for you, welcome in these new frequencies, these new vibrations, ushering them into your physical space. You may have a specific location that you direct this vibration towards. You may allow it, ask it to enter through your heart, this point of love, of acceptance. It's easy here to connect with gratitude, welcoming in these new friends. You may just ask for a shower of blessing of this frequency. Invite it in and receive. Then I'd like to invite you now to gently place your attention in the center of your head, in the space right between your two eyes, your third eye. This is our seat of intuition. And I'd like for you to see this new frequency, these new frequencies that are moving and pulsating throughout your space, in your energy bodies as well as in your physical body. Just witness these new energies. They feel so good. And placing one or both hands over your heart. Taking in a deep breath of gratitude for this new frequency, your miracle, that not only is it yet to come, it is here, it is now. Breathing in this recognition, seeing it, experiencing it. Your miracle is based on your ability to see it, to recognize its potency in the here and now. It doesn't matter what someone else tells you. It doesn't matter what a doctor tells you. It doesn't matter what a friend says. When you connect with your truest self and you are honestly communicating to yourself from a connected state, someone else's ability or inability to see your truth matters not. Let that go. So let's relish in this miracle that you see. Sometimes it takes people a hot second to catch up with where you are now, because you are dynamic. You are constantly growing and shifting and evolving. You're a different person than you were yesterday. You see that difference from who you were a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. It's because you're following your intuition. It's because you're moving from a place of love. That's a place of strength. So as you witness, yes, good. Oh, so good. So as you witness this frequency, this miracle sitting in your space, it may be something for something monumental in your life. It may be for something that we perceive as mundane. It matters not. Every miracle is just that. Miraculous. I'd like for you to hold the intention of, I double my miracle. Right here, right now. We're inviting the frequencies to double. Expanding, shifting, growing exponentially. Yes. Finding the balance in this doubling. Good. So good. Holding it for a moment, then let it go. Let's do that again. Deep breath in. Hold. Keep holding. A little longer. to invite you now to direct your attention to your first chakra. It's at the base of your spine. It's a sacral area. Bringing in a beautiful ruby red. Breathing in this ruby into your space, augmenting everything, the new energy and miracles that you've just brought in. This is where we feel grounded and alive. Good, good. Moving our attention upward, bringing in an orange color into our navel area. Bringing in this orange, just seeing the dance between the ruby color in the base of your spine, moving up into this orange color in the area of your navel. Shifting upward as the orange becomes a yellow. A beautiful sunshine yellow sitting in your solar plexus, right here in your gut. Yeah. Seeing that yellow transform now, shifting upward. These three colors continuing to dance underneath a beautiful emerald green that you bring into the point of your heart. These four colors dancing in your space, enlivening, strengthening, grounding, making real and manifest your miracle. All these vibrations echoing throughout your inner world. Shifting up now towards a sky blue into your throat chakra. Sky blue. Sky blue. Gently drifting upwards and towards your sixth chakra, where we just were, here in the center of your head, floating with an indigo color of a midnight sky. Following it all the way up to our crown chakra, bringing in a beautiful violet or perhaps a white light. I like to bring in an opalescent white. Sitting here, the crown of your head, 1,000-petal lotus, coming up through the mud, opening, unfolding, awakening, and illuminating. Take a deep breath in. And I'd like for you to exhale an Om. Let's do a little Om bath. Breathing in, exhaling as a whisper. Inhale, exhaling as a whisper. How are you feeling? Welcome back. Hello. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, stretching gently. Lovingly bringing your body back into this space, into this time, honoring whatever you need. You might need to stretch or crack. Taking graceful stock of where your body is in this moment. Welcoming these new frequencies into your space. What an incredible job you did. Wow. The bowls were really delighted to be with you today, as was I. Tell me how you're feeling. Drop it in the chat. I'd love to hear. So there's a lot of balancing work that the bowls were asking us to do today. So as you're typing in the chat, let me just share what I saw, what happened. Like I said, there was a lot of need to balance. An interesting need to balance our creative force as well, our second chakra. There's a lot of skipping, jumping, needing to bring back more towards a place of homeostasis. And that little skip was nothing compared to how the bowl was speaking in the very beginning. And now look at it now, how it's ringing so beautifully. So well done. Well done. You know, the second chakra, our Svadhisthana chakra, it's a place of creativity. It's a place of bringing forth, manifest into the world. We think about it. It's connected with our womb chakra as well, male and female. There's also this need to really connect to integrity and truth in the fifth chakra. Again, a lot of this, we see the G come up a lot in our sessions. And it seems as though a lot of that is related to anytime we do any sort of inward work, reflective work, it must be done from a point of truth, right? Otherwise it's ego. We're not actually digging in. We're not actually really getting into those crevices that maybe the ego doesn't want us to go to because it's threatening to the ego. And when I say the ego, I mean the portion of ourself that we have eschewed to match a perceived perception of the world, something that disconnects us from our wholeness. It's a thing that pulls us off center, and we're like, oh no, I am balanced. And yet we know balance is here. We know integration is here. We know connectivity is here. So there's a lot of times this G, truth, comes through. There's also a strong connection to the intuition, bringing this idea of, as my mom likes to say, I love this, don't do anything until your head and your heart agree. And that's actually where we ended before we just quickly realigned the chakras to augment that energy, those frequencies we had brought in throughout our session, further help connect us in. We were really connecting with this, the head, the intuition, and the heart. There's a beautiful practice. It's a technique. It's a technology. It's a scientifically studied I won't even say energy medicine because it's beyond that. We're actually there. We're scientifically seeing data, some empirical. It's based on how to connect to the head and the heart. It's called Heart Math. If you haven't heard of it, I'd invite you to check it out. We do it sometimes here because it is so powerful. If there's a point where you can synchronize the brain waves between the heart, which is a point of love and gratitude, and with the head, the mental aspect, when we allow these brain waves to sink in and train, that is where you manifest the miracle. That's what all the great masters, sages, teachers, it's what they do. Is they connect the head and the heart. So we begin to do a little bit of that in these practices as well. It's actually a very simple practice. So if it's something you're interested in looking into, check it out. If you have any questions, reach out to me as well. You can direct message me. I'm always happy to chat more about some of these things. I know here we really just get into crystal singing bowls. And there's so much around us. So much healing potential. If we just know where and how to look. So let's read some of these comments, Jeremy. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. Yay! Hi, Doug. Good morning, Doug. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning. Good to see you. Hey, Trevor. I'm so glad to see you. Yep, Trevor's coming from Nashville. I'm glad you're here. Victor, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. Thank you. Tea Lady Nat. Hi, good morning. She always has a good cuppa. Hi, Brenda. Fascinating as always. Good, yeah. It was interesting today. And that, I guess that makes sense, right? Is that if the moon is in Gemini, Gemini is all about learning, about fusing that learning with the communication, and there's a fascination to it. There's that childlike curiosity. So it's fun that you said fascinating. Thank you. Emilio. Hi, Emilio. Thank you so much for being here. You were feeling it in your shoulders, yeah. Well, a lot of us hold that weight of the world there. Hope that you were able to find some relief and release. Brenda, I'm listening with my headphones on. It's nighttime where you are. Nice. Headphones are a great way to do it. They bring out a totally different dimension, don't they? Oh, Jaybird, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. Thank you, Jaybird. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Stephanie, here to say yes, I am. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. So good. Brenda, you feel your third eye vibrating. Whoo, so subtle yet powerful. Yeah, it's interesting too. A lot of times when we really tap into the third eye, connecting specifically into the intuition, the bowls actually will speak very quietly. It's almost as though it's like, it always makes me giggle inside. It reminds me of that still small voice within. And the bowl begins to speak like the still small voice within. It's really kind of cool. No matter what I do on this end, so. Stephanie. I love this, Charlene. Yay! I'm so calm now, yet my insides are bubbling up, up, up. That's amazing. I love your strong arms too. That's good. Yes, bubbling up, up, up. It's what it is, that energy that's rising. So it's good to bring the energy up within our system. It helps to awaken other things that can be happening. Especially when we're in a safe environment and we're not looking to do something specific unless we have very specific guidance in those areas, so that we can explore new terrain in safe and healthy ways that have a tremendously expanding impact. That's so great. Thanks for sharing that. And Stephanie, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. I appreciate you. Brenda, you love those chimes. I know, aren't they the greatest? These are actually made by a company out of Nashville. So there you have it. Speaking of Nash. Thank you, Brenda. Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you. Serenity, thank you so much as well. I'm glad you thought it was amazing. Yeah, they had a really beautiful resonance today. Suzanne, that was incredible. Good. Oh, good. I'm so glad it touched you. Thank you. Thank you. Tea Lady Nat. So nice. Gemini here as well. Look at us. So we have Victor, Nathan, Joe. I think it was Joe was a Gemini too. And you would look at that. So many gems. Literally gems. Y'all are gems. Becky, you feel transformed. That's how you feel. Amazing. I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing that. Transformation is what it's all about, right? We have to be in a constant state of expansion. Interestingly enough, just like a plane never flies in a direct line from one point to the next, there's always these minor recalibrations, right, as it's going from point A to point B and then lands. It's the same way with us. We're constantly in a state of creation, sustaining, sustenance, and dissolution, the destruction. Every single little point that we're making on our line, on our path, we're expanding, yet we're also contracting simultaneously so that we are rebirthing. It's just this constant ebb and flow. It's amazing. Makes me think of fractal patterns. And my nose itch for some reason. Love it. Thanks for sharing that. Oh, Ginger. Oh, Ginger, nice to see you. I'm glad you're feeling grateful. Yeah, it's that whenever we really connect to this heart space, it's a lot easier sometimes to let gratitude flow when we can do that. So thank you for sharing that. I'm glad you're feeling that. It's a powerful place to be. Victor is feeling exhilarated. Oh, so good. Good. Yay! Tea Lady Nat, calming me down for my several meetings today. Good. It's that centering. The alternate nostril breathing, and specifically that technique, because there's so many ways to climb a mountain, right? This particular one that we looked at today with that, so what makes it interesting is that the patterning that we're following by always starting with the exhale on the left and ending with the exhale on the left, as well as activating these three fingers. When we keep these three fingers up, and they need to be actively engaged, so they're not slipping apart or anything. They're, this is actually engaging a mudra. So it's a double benefit. Look on, double your pleasure. Remember that old commercial from the 80s? Sorry, anyway. You're doubling your benefit because you're engaging certain energy points, energy lines that run through our hands and connect to the rest of our system. And so this mudra becomes very, very active. So not only are you affecting your breath, you got a mudra going. It's super cool. I highly recommend that you practice that. So this form of alternate nostril breathing is great to calm and recenter the body. You'll also feel sometimes, so it actually will, in that recentering, it actually enlivens you. You feel rejuvenated. It's because you're better balanced, and we're moving back and forth between the giving, the receiving, the masculine, the feminine, the lunar, the solar, finding the balance between these energies, because we want both. We just want balance. So that's a really great thing. Side note, fun note. Anytime before I go on stage, I would do this all the time, like before a show or whatever, and be anywhere, and I would do alternate nostril breathing, and usually I'd only have about 2 minutes to be able to do it. If you want the full impact, do it for about 6 to 7. If I was ever really worked up, I would do it longer. I would do the 6 or 7. But sometimes if you just need a real quick, and you're like, wait, I'm feeling really whatever, I'm about to go do a presentation, but I'm not really centered, just do your alternate nostril breathing, and it'll calm and focus you. Side note, passion flower is actually really good for that too. Really brings a connectivity to your brain, your heart, and your communication skills. Passion flower. It's a little tincture that you can get online. Make sure you get organic. And just put in a few drops in water. Take a shot of it, literally. Take a shot of it. And for me, it's almost instantaneous. I'll take a shot, I'll put my glass down, and be like, there I am. Hello. So sometimes it's really helpful for feeling extra scattered. So I felt like I needed to share that. Passion flower. There you go. Doug. The Om part was so powerful. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, something a little different to try today. It's always, whenever we can articulate sound and vibrate our own space, we're going to have a much more profound healing experience because you're actually resonating your cells. You're not passively, which even if you're actively listening, you're still now becoming a part whenever you begin to vibrate and articulate. Whenever we hum Humming has been scientifically shown to release nitric oxide within our body. A nitric oxide not only has a calming effect, it also increases our pulmonary capability. It increases our pulmonary vitality, which is, of course, important. And that makes sense. You're breathing because you're humming. So humming is a beautiful way to practice this. The Om sound, interestingly enough, is also starting to be connected to some really, really powerful things. We understand what chanting Om or other sacred chants does to the body on a physical level. We know that it begins to calm the mind, it reduces blood pressure, brings down the heart rate, brings down the breath rate, kind of turns off all those parasympathetic activities, responses that have been flying around, really brings us to a center point. So it's a powerful, powerful practice. We're also seeing there's actually evidence that's beginning to suggest that chanting Om might have an impact on protecting, are you ready for this? Our brains from EMF frequency. So the EMF from your cell phones? Yep. So, kind of cool. Chanting Om is where it's at. And we can talk about Om another time too, because there's so many ways to chant Om. And today we just did the traditional Western way of OM. That's kind of how we think of it. The original sound is A-U-M. Aum. And it's that because there's 3 sounds that we can make without moving any of our articulators. So you're not moving anything in your mouth. And it's ah, oo, It's literally from an open mouth to a halfway closed mouth to a closed mouth. You can try it. Check it out. And Aum has a very different effect in the body than Om. You can see the difference, can't you? You can feel the difference. Something fun to play with, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for sharing that. Suzanne, Gemini rising here. Yeah, I love this. So good. Brenda, beautiful voice. Thank you so much. Yeah, we may do some more of that. We actually are going to be doing so I don't know if y'all know this. I love Christmas. And in fact, my very first mainstream album that I released is a Christmas album. And we have a song that's on holiday radio every single year. There's a good chance that you've heard it. And so later this year at Christmas time, we're going to be doing some Christmas concerts. So I'm excited to share that with you. I hope you enjoy it. It's my favorite season. Such a rich connection to spirit at that time of year. Potentiality of love. Everybody falls into that vibration. It doesn't matter what they're celebrating or not. The energy is there, and it's easy to tap into. Absolutely love that. It's also a really sad time of year for many people. And I love actually having that dichotomy of emotion, being able to sit in that space where there's so many people who are hurting and so many people who are filled with joy. Because in that, we get to overlap. It's also a powerful time of healing where we can recognize these places of sadness and begin to resonate, shake them towards places of joy. Also beginning to recognize what this joy means when it's in balance. I love the season. But it's September. Though it is officially time to start listening to Christmas music in our home. It starts the day after Labor Day every year. So, Mary, I hope you're feeling much better, my friend. You have an explosion of colors, very intense. That's amazing. Yeah, color is a very powerful way to experience it. Color and sound, it's all vibration. Just experienced in 2 different ways. Amazing. Jaybird, thank you, Charlene. Oh, it's my pleasure. Absolutely incredible. Yay! I'm so grateful for you and for all here to heal, love, and balance this one. Amen. Well said. So beautifully said. Incredible. Ginger, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. I appreciate you. Mary, thank you for your donation. Mary again. Oh, Maria, thank you for your donation. And Mary, thank you for your donations. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, friends. Neil, always powerful practice. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you were able to connect for yourself and in whatever way that it brought you those energies that you needed. That's fantastic. Thanks for being here. So beautiful. Becky, Gemini too. I'm telling you. Victor, absolutely double your fun. Doug, Devilment Twins was a fire ad campaign. Yep. I remember it as I was little. I have this problem that I hear a song, it can be a jingle, it can be a song. If I hear it once, I could sing it again the next time, and usually by the second time, worst case third time, I'll have all the lyrics memorized. I don't know why. We all have our weird things, right? That's mine. One of mine. Maria. Yay, Emilio as well. So you know Emilio, that's beautiful. It's an IT soul and beautiful and kind. Oh, I love that. Yay. Yes, Insight Timer has such a gorgeous community. And over on YouTube, Victor popped over on YouTube. Yep. People come in and out. It's so funny. You never know. So we always make sure that we present to both communities. A great thing too about the YouTube channel is that so for everyone on our Insight Timer site, because Insight Timer doesn't yet support video, we actually record all of our live streams that we're doing so that you've got to experience today, yesterday, all of the other times, and we'll do in perpetuity. You can pop over to the YouTube channel and relive any of those moments. We like to Jeremy puts up the that opening slide with the title, and then we'll put it up again at the end. So it's just an easy, quick visual reminder. So you can be like, oh, that was the one. I want to listen to that. Or, oh, that's pretty. That sounds fun. Whatever you need. So it's there. We try to support you guys as best we can. We know time and energy is valuable. So, City, it's my pleasure. I'm so glad you were here. You know, it is always a delight. Thank you so much for the hearts. The hearts always bring my heart happiness. It's a joy, no matter the time of year, to be with you here, to be able to find new ways to express ourselves, our truth, our energies into the world, to find ways to make our minds a happy place to be. It's true. And we do that because of you, and it's always an honor for me to sit and share space and time with you. So, I just want to thank you. I hope that you have a blessed and beautiful day. Until we meet again, may all of your joy be doubled. May your sorrows be halved. May you find the balance that you seek, and may you walk as one. I don't know where that came from, but I think we should write that down. My friends, I love you. We'll see you again soon. We are back Sunday. I think we are back. I don't know. I think we're back Sunday. Yes, Sunday. I didn't know what day it is today. We have the Healing Circle on Sunday. If you or someone that you know, please reach out to me directly if you'd like to be a part of the Healing Circle. We have one space left. I'd love to be able to allow our community to set intentions, affirmation, and beautiful resonance directed specifically for you, towards you, uplifting you in a way that we're claiming wholeness, we're claiming a healing, we're claiming your miracle with you. You never have to walk the path alone. You've got a community. There's a circle of friendship and love. So if you'd like to be a part of it, or you know someone who does, direct message me and I'll get you all that information. We'll see you Sunday at 12:25 p.m. Eastern Time. We start a few minutes early so we can have that full session all the way through. Oh, you got it? You got it? You found it? Okay, perfect. Yay, good. Serenity, good. To Lady Nut, it's my pleasure. So good to be with you all. Until we meet again, I'll see you Sunday. Have a beautiful and blessed week. I love you. Sat Nam.